This movie well details why I do not watch the news, and because the media, it can be vile and it can just ruin somebody's life by jumping to conclusions way too quickly. There's so many good things going for Richard Jewell, I don't even know where to start. Richard Jewell is a film about a falsely accused security guard who finds a bomb in Centennial Park during the Atlanta Olympics in 1996 and is falsely accused for being the actual bomber himself. It stars Paul Walter Hauser, Kathy Bates, and Sam Rockwell. Paul Walter Hauser plays Richard Jewell. Before the big events in the story happen, that being the bombing, does have a good, decently well-timed showcase of Richard Jewell's life prior to the event that made you know him today. It showed like what type of person he was, the people that he met that eventually led to where he'd be today, like that being like his lawyer played by Sam Rockwell. You get a good like showcase of who he is, and then boom, big stuff happens. Foreshadowing well happens that leads up to this big event, and the camera work was well done to show like all this chaos that occurred at the crime scene. Very well, big moment in this film, and I was just like, oh my god, like it was horrific what happened there, for real. Like, and Clint Eastwood did a great job directing this movie. He's good at showing a very serious story, but showing it in a calm way and getting these good, like, happy moments out. I really enjoyed The Mule last year. Oh my god, underrated gem of 2018. Yes, there was some improperly not concluded parts of the story, but overall the making for like past mistakes with family towards the end was, I really liked The Mule. Back to Richard Jewell. The so-called villains of this movie, they in the beginning they feel really two-dimensional, and there actually has been a bit of backlash on the real-life journalists and FBI agents that were portrayed in this film, due to them feeling a bit like just you're not innocent. What's good about this movie is that some of those characters do change how they feel because they actually look at the evidence and whatnot, but some of them don't, and it did feel a little like cartoonish, like, you know, like big FBI guys think this and that and this and that. Like, you don't get a good. Some villains were good, some villains weren't good. And as I stated earlier about The Mule and Clint Eastwood's movies, it does have its good, calm moments, even though there is serious things going on. So it's not shoving in your throat all these like just big, serious moments. It's not doing that. I'd say the main theme of this film is people that only think about their self-benefit versus people that think about other people. The people who think about their self-benefit being the journalists and the media and the FBI agents, just wanting a good story and case to just up their career. But Richard Jewell, he's just being this victim, and he just really just helped people that day, and he was, as Richard Jewell stated many times, he was just doing his job. While there is a true juicy story going down with a really good slice of history, it does have its happy moments. I'm gonna give Richard Jewell a worthy investment of time. Thanks for watching my review of Richard Jewell, and I'll be casting out my thoughts to you on the next HASSCAST.